Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessTrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Today is the last day of the month, right? Last day of the month is February, shortest day of the year, shortest month of the year actually. And now we are rolling into March. And March is traditionally, right, the start of an area of the market that gets a little softer. Okay, it gets a little softer, nothing crazy, and that's kind of how it's correlating with the bears, right? That magical bear tendency that we're saying that for the last 3 months has been a fluke. We're at the point that's called the tipping point. That if you know anything about anything and anything in life, what a tipping point? It's like a teeter-totter, right? Teeter-totter can't stay up, right? Teeter-totter, any type of weight, and the teeter-totter will fall. Will actually go down as much as it went up. And that's where the problem is right now. We're at this kind of tipping point of the market. Everybody sees the market is heavy. Everybody feels the market is heavy. Everybody's noticing how these ranges are tightening up. Everybody's noticing how even the most speculative names started to get quiet on not going on these aggressive 200% runs anymore. So every sign is there that the tipping point is just there, right there, any day, any day, any day. Because again, it's not that I'm a bear. It's, I don't need the market to crash. I don't want the market to crash. I don't want a doom and gloom scenario. I'm just a realist, and I know every single market, no matter how good it is, always winds up the same thing. So the only way to get back to structure, right, a structure market with any type of value, we desperately need a back test. Not Armageddon, not the end of the world, not doom and gloom, not a financial collapse. All we need is a constructive, measured back test. I'm not even talking about all the way back down to the 50-day moving average of 2,300, but at least to test some upper levels, upper rising levels, even the 20-day moving average, right? The 20-day moving average would just be constructive. So some of these stocks that had these uber mega runs would just kind of remount and start all over. Because again, as I say all the time, the value in the market doesn't come from the bottom. It comes from, it doesn't come from the top. It comes from the bottom. And if you look at our watch list every single night, and again, it's so funny. This afternoon, I got like 5 emails. And I go, wow, great job with CRSP. And I'm like, the hell is CSRP? What is this CRSP? I have no idea what the CRSP is. I totally forgot. CRSP was one of the names I put on the watch list yesterday. And the greatest thing and why our part-time trader program has done so well over the years is, well, people just trade off the watch list. Busy adults that unfortunately can't make it to the live webinar, they are in the part-time trade program, and they trade whatever they feel comfortable. That's on our list, and they use them sometimes as swings, sometimes as day trade. But it is now, and since the start of the year, it is definitely more fixated for longer-term positions, just kind of maintaining value, running along the range, especially this 10-day moving average, and using stops in previous days as long as they're kind of correlated as easy exits. And the part-time traders program has been great. A lot of people in the room trade off the watch list as well. But when you're looking for value, and sometimes, like for example, I'm a high beta trader. I love the high betas. Once in a while, I'll trade these small caps as well. But when you're looking for value and you're not a high beta trader, you're not a small cap trader, just look no further is right in front of you. And day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, the watch list, and again, the actionable trading list every single day does very, very well. So let's talk about the watch list from last night. And this is CRSP. I totally forgot about the stock. That it was even on our list. And this is what happened. This thing, we talked about a $20 break in this thing. This is one of the biggest movers out there, man. $20 break. And again, we talk about the highest close in the 50-day moving average. Obviously, I didn't trade this thing. I didn't even know what the hell this thing was when I was getting these emails until I realized, well, wait a minute, this thing was on our watch list yesterday. And once this thing opened up, and once it got loose, this thing really exploded as high as $24 within 24 cents, 25 cents of its high. So if you guys caught that, good job there. CUR, another one of these small cap lovers. We highlighted last night's video. We talked about that 445 break, and the stock went all the way as high as 483. So nice 10% move on CUR. SGMO, another one that triggered. And again, we don't pick and choose these things. These are the ones that triggered, okay, and these are the ones that were in play. So SGMO, we talked about that 445 break. It closed right at supply, 460. I actually like it again for tomorrow, but we'll definitely talk about that. HRTX, and again, we don't pick and choose when we talk about the recap. It's everything. HRTX didn't trigger. KPTI didn't trigger. Let's see here, KPTI didn't trigger, right? Didn't trigger that 11:15 break. Actually had a really soft day. NVTA, let's see here. NVTA didn't trigger, and CYH did, and this thing looks very, very good. I said, and I made the comments, this thing, it only triggered by a penny, but the point is, this thing looks really, really good. And there's certain stocks that are tradable, such as the FANGs, the high beta names, and there's stocks that you have to position trade. And this is one of those names that you could position trade. Very, very good volume in it today. Great formations. Keeps on, again, you don't need to be a great chartist, right? Or chartologist, as they call it. All you need to look is just watch this trend develop, and you got consecutive days of higher highs, higher lows, and eventually this thing will test this 1040 areas. Of all you guys who are long this thing, it looks very, very good. Some other names we had today in the room. A pretty orderly day. Nothing crazy. Just back to business. Tesla. I minimized Tesla now 2 days in a row. I caught this trade again today. Tesla again has just been my favorite stock. And originally we talked about Tesla this morning stopping right here, right? And then we had a very, very specific plan. If it was going to stop right over here, we were going to buy it off the conviction move and move to 251. It didn't stop here. We went right through, so I was kind of forced to make the choice. Do I want to buy the stock at this level? And we did that, and the stock did go up $1.50. I made some decent money on it, but nothing to write home about. But again, at the end of the day, it all adds up. There was another, and congratulations to you guys who caught this on the way down. There was another pivot to the downside, okay, and I actually tweeted about this. And again, this is why these high betas are great, because you can trade both sides of the ledger, sometimes in the same interval. And here is the break right here. We talked about this 40.80 level, 248.80 level, and went right to support here at this 247. So that was a good move there as well. BCRX, I caught a quick stop on this thing, nothing crazy. Off the $6 break here, nice little move there. Actually, it was much more than a nice little move. ETRM, nice call by Nick on the $6 break. Okay, $6 break. I didn't participate in this thing, but nice call by Nick in the room off the $6 break right here. And Jan, great call on Celgene. Great call on Celgene. First off this $22 break, and then confirmed the 22.40. Had a huge move here. Really nice move on that as well. IDRA is another name I put in the channel. I'm very surprised a few people took the trade off this 180 break. It actually went to almost $2. Still looks good for tomorrow as well. Let me see what else. I kind of don't remember. Forgive me, I'm a little tired. I kind of don't remember. But again, nothing crazy. Again, nothing crazy. We're just waiting for our spots, waiting for the pivots to confirm. Again, the hardest part about what we're doing right now, when you have a market that just doesn't want to come in, just doesn't want to die, and it's not because we're frustrated. There's nothing aggressive on the short side. We're more talking about the accumulation of dip buyers, okay, and they're just not leaving. And for these stocks to really start cracking, they're gonna have to start cracking below the Bollinger Bands. And the reason why they're not cracking, because every single one of them is above. You got Tesla above, you got Amazon above, you got Netflix above, you have Google above, and you go through NVIDIA and Facebook and Apple and Alibaba and Baidu, they're all above those ranges. And until they get below the ranges, there's absolutely no way you can get a clean, very aggressive short candle, because again, there's just not enough room to operate. And that's why it's so, it's so easy to get frustrated. But again, you take what the market gives you, okay? You take what the market gives you. You don't look for trades. The setups find you. And the most important thing is, again, like I say every single day, stay solvent. That's it, stay solvent. Again, if you have a restaurant, again, you can't have the same anticipation for a Monday than you would have on a Friday, Saturday customer volume base. And that's what trading is. You can't look for that 5-run home run when there's no such thing as a 5-run home run. So you come in every single day, you get focused, you have a very specific plan like we always do every single day. You come to morning strategy very early. We talk about the pivots, especially high beta, and you trade what's very comfortable for you. So that's it. That's the game. So until the market cracks Again, continue to fight through these ranges. They are going to give you setups, like we see every single day. Some days are going to be quieter. Some days are going to be more aggressive. But the most important thing is it's very important to make it to the next day, because again, it shows that you are serious. You are protecting your capital. You are a feasible, understanding adult, and it's going to pay off at the end. As long as you don't cheat, as long as you don't do anything to sabotage yourself, you will stay in business. So let's talk about tomorrow. Again, not a lot of value on the short side, not a lot of value right now on the long side. But again, we talk about the best we have, and let's talk about some names. So that GMO that was on our watch list for today, okay, for all you guys who have it, for all you guys who are still long, keep an eye on this thing. Big expanding volume into supply, the 200-day. That's a very, very good formula for higher prices. If this thing could just get above today's high and confirm it, 460, it should have a nice leg up here. So keep an eye on that. Jive, Jive, I believe is a software company. Yep, it's actually called Jive Software. So Jive Turkey, right? Jive Turkey is a nice looking chart. Beautiful cup and handle brewing. Again, is it the most liquid name? Probably not, but if you could get a move above this 450 area, you got a long distribution channel for it to confirm. So definitely keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this little stock, IPWR, right? IPWR. Look at its expanding volume, guys. Expanding volume into supply. First close into supply. If it just goes red to green, starts accumulating above that 293 level, you could get a very aggressive move. The 100-day supply is roughly 340. So you have a very, very good means to a possible very good move coming up. SORL is another name that looks pretty decent. Again, I'm just giving out some small cap names right now because everything on high beta tomorrow, we're going to obviously talk about morning strategy. There's no clear path to the goal line there. So we want to make sure everybody understands that. SORL, keep an eye on this thing roughly around the 334, 335 area. WK, I'm not really familiar with this WK name. Workovia, I've never even heard of this stock, but look at this flag, man. Look at this flag. Stock's just not going down. It's gotten rejected several times at the $15 level, but it's not going down. Eventually, this thing will clear out the $15 level, and this thing will go as well. Just one kind of one note about some of these names in the high beta. A lot of these things, really don't have use. The most amazing thing, this Tesla is just the most resilient vehicle. The top of this channel is 251. We want to see where this Bollinger Band, if it rises tomorrow, if we could get a 251 break, you could get some very aggressive, fast cash flow, especially at the open. Usually I wait to the 10 o'clock channels, but if we could get a good tight break, especially with some liquidity at 251, we take this thing for a good cash flow move. So guys, have a great night, everybody. Stay focused, continue learning, continue charting. And again, God's help, we'll all be there tomorrow. Take care, guys. Have a great night.